Life as a parent is nonstop. I'm so focused on keeping my family healthy that I barely have time to take care of myself. If this sounds like you, then you need to give Symbiotica a try. Symbiotica is a health and wellness company that empowers individuals to take ownership of their health with high-quality formulas and supplements crafted to boost energy, immunity, gut health, and more. Symbiotica supplements are made with clean, natural ingredients, and they don't contain any toxins or artificial ingredients. Because they were designed for us, busy parents. They're quick and easy to take. Just a daily dose for your energy, immune system, and overall well-being. It's made staying consistent so much easier. And the best part? Symbiotica is having their holiday sale, so now's the perfect time to put your health in the driver's seat. Head to Symbiotica.com for 20% off with code GIFT20. That's CYMBIOTIKA.com with code GIFT20 for 20% off. Your health transformation journey starts now. Symbiotica Natural and Organic Supplements.
The following is a GoPowerCat.com and Spirit Street production. You've discovered your link to GoPowerCat.com's PowerCat Overtime podcast, presented by Fridge Wholesale Liquor, and it starts right now. Now, let's go to the WTC Gig-Powered Studios. Here's your host, GoPowerCat.com publisher, Tim Fitzgerald.
Welcome to the Overtime. It's Friday. We don't know what's happening in the world. You may not even be there anymore. Last Tuesday, we recorded last Friday's podcast for the Overtime, and guess what? All the comments about the Big 12 tournament and who won and how K-State did against Baylor, none of that freaking mattered because it didn't happen.
Wow, we looked like insensitive people.
We ignored a virus.
I'm ignoring you.
By time traveling from Tuesday to Friday. Think about it. As of Tuesday of last week, we had no thought in our head that the entire tournament after that first night of play would be canceled. We thought maybe on Wednesday as I'm driving up, I thought, okay, we're going to play this thing without fans. Without fans. Because we know how infectious some of you are.
It's a scientific fact.
That's why they keep the fans and the media separate. I don't think you realize people knew that. We don't want your germs. We don't want your viruses. And we thought we'd still play the tournament, surely. And then some guy in the NBA gave it to everyone.
Poor Rudy Gobert, though.
That's the best name, by the way. I mean, that is just a great name.
Everybody hates him, and he didn't even know.
But it's just such a great name. What's your name? I am Rudy Gobert. Oh, that's sexy.
Rudy Gobert!
Let me touch your face.
And all your cell phones.
Yeah. Tim Fitzgerald, Renegade, Zach Carlson in the WTC Gig-Powered Sterilized Studios in downtown Manhattan.
You can spank me till I'm red if it's only in your head. But please don't touch me. You can have me, don't you see? If it's just a fantasy. But please don't touch me.
Don't come to our office. This is going to be a safe haven. We now have one of those little shower things outside. No, toxic spill.
Like the science room shower?
Yeah. It's right outside our door here in downtown Manhattan.
Are we even going to have this
Zach
anymore?
just sneezed. Zach sneezing! Everyone run!
It's allergy season.
What if you sneeze? Are we allowed to yell at you?
I don't know what I'm supposed to do about it. I'm just not supposed to sneeze on anyone.
Because
Zach
you sneeze a lot.
I do. I do sneeze a lot, which in my current predicament leads to other things.
Don't say another word.
It's like Plague Inc., the oops combo.
You're just like...
I'm a
we need
mess.
to take you out back and shoot you.
I'm an old yeller
They do
my
that
ass
next in
anytime
Plague
you
Inc.
want. By the way, Plague Inc. was the best recommendation of a phone game you've ever given me. I better understand the virus and how it's working.
Yeah. Did you see that it finally reached Greenland?
This virus?
Yeah, this
The
virus.
actual virus?
The real one finally reached Greenland. So Madagascar's left, and that's all you need to wipe out the whole world.
You can, if you don't know what Plague Inc., it's a really cool phone game, and you can watch the virus travel on a plane to a different country and then start spreading.
God, that sounds not fun.
It's just interesting from a scientific. It was purely science, is why we played it.
Fire!
It wasn't about wiping out the human population, which is kind of the point of the game.
Do we ever introduce ourselves?
I did.
Oh, okay.
What'd you name your viruses, Fitz?
I don't remember. I had a good name for it.
Yeah, it was called Riley Gates.
Oh, that's right. I did name a virus Riley Gates. It didn't kill everyone. I was a little bit surprised. But the Plague Inc.
Don't worry. In time, the virus comes and goes, and it'll be gone soon.
Yeah, that's how it works in life. Man, this overtime is going to be fun because nothing is more fun than a pandemic.
It's not nice to touch other people without asking first.
Pandemics, I'm going to have to go on a little rant here, and I'm sorry if this offends some of you. I always thought a pandemic was bigger than this. Not saying this isn't a big deal. This is what I'm saying. I thought we got to pandemic when people were dying everywhere, but that's not what a pandemic is. Honestly, I just misunderstood what a pandemic was. I thought a pandemic was like an epidemic, but in a pan.
What'd you say?
That's fair.
And I just, when they said it was a pandemic, I go, isn't that kind of early? I mean, we just met.
I guess if you think about like the old, like seriously, if you think about the old ones like Spanish flu or whatever, there's more technology now. You know about everything now. So maybe that's
what
you
would
accelerate.
this do? Not to blame media, but what would this be like if we didn't have this? It would be kind of weird.
Nobody would know.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, the Spanish flu, not to make fun of the coronavirus, because I don't want to piss it off, but the Spanish flu was...
It's like, it's listening to us.
Everyone died. You know, there was young people dying left and right. They're bleeding out of their eyes and their ears. It was horrific. You'd get it and be dead, and, it was awful. And this one, you get a little cough, and then you suffocate to death, which is not a good way to go. I'd much rather be bleeding from my eyes, because then you know you're going to go to have a little cough, and then you realize, I can't breathe. And then you just can't breathe anymore, which is a horrible way to die. I don't plan on getting it, so stay away from me, people. And Riley, don't be sketchy.
Wow. Avoid the clap, Jimmy Dugan.
That's good advice.
Fine.
It sounds like a KU student brought it back from spring break. If any of you were partying with KU students in Florida, they did not say it was a student. It could have been someone else that went to Florida last week. Odd. In their 20s.
Check yourself.
Yeah, you might want to be...
Before you wreck yourself.
If you got a little cough, please stay home. It's been a worrisome week for me. It has.
We're just going to wake up one of these days and everything's going to be okay.
It'll eventually go away.
I'm holding on to that hope.
Oh, God, I hope so.
No, I mean, like, this has been fake. This is not happening. We are going to wake up, and it is going to be Thursday at the Big 12 tournament. Everything will be fine.
Wake back up at the Marriott.
I'll be like, whoa, what a week.
Oh, my God, what a good movie script.
I feel like that's been done before.
Sounds kind of like Groundhog Day, but not.
But good.
Bruce Weber would still watch it, though.
Remember when we had the guy in the game and that we all had the virus and then we all woke up and it was okay? No, Coach, we don't know. We don't know what you're talking about, Coach.
Bill Murray's not in it. He wouldn't watch it.
We could get him.
I guess technically Bill Murray is in this movie.
If Bill Murray came back to town right now and was at a bar, everyone would still go.
I mean, yeah, it's Bill Murray. Yeah.
See, but Bill Murray's the type of guy that, like, you'll see him out in public and he'll be like, you'll never believe, no one will ever believe you.
Yeah.
You saw me.
That's fair.
So.
Like the day you walk into the bar in Aggieville, into Rockabilly, and there's Bill Murray holding court in the C booth. What the hell is going on? What? I bet you he has viruses.
It's true.
Are we just going to talk about the coronavirus, or do you want to talk about something else?
I find the coronavirus fascinating, terrifying, and a source of great humor because I need to laugh at times like this.
That's fair.
You're all going to die. Don't you realize?
That's fair. Are we allowed to make coronavirus jokes?
As long as they're clearly jokes. Not making jokes about people dying en masse like in Plague Inc. like we did. That was in poor taste. We'd like to apologize to everyone we hypothetically killed playing a phone game.
Can't you see? You're all going to die.
We didn't even name the disease coronavirus. We named it Riley Gates.
We named it Riley Gates, which is frightening in itself. That virus is out there tweeting and pissing people off.
He's right.
Wow.
And it'll die soon enough.
We're sponsored by The Fridge. We hope it opens soon because we're all thirsty. We just killed off Riley Gates.
Are we just assuming that The Fridge is now closed up?
Oh, I am. Yeah, it closed up the other day.
Okay.
I think. If it's not closed
We're
up.
just guessing.
False advertising at its finest.
If it's not closed up, go to The Fridge.
And if it is closed, Taco Bell might still be open.
I saw that they did have one bottle of disinfectant spray on their Facebook post, so maybe it's clean.
What could possibly go wrong? You know, grocery stores now are having setting aside time for over 60, so they can have their own shopping experience, so that they're not exposed to people who might have better immune systems and thus not understand that they've got the plague. And so I think The Fridge should have an over 60, actually an over 55 time period.
He's absolutely right.
You know what I'd name it?
I skewed that to get myself.
You know what I'd name it?
What?
The OK Boomer time.
Oh my God, the OK Boomer time. Is it for Oklahoma fans? Well, older ones, yes.
Well, yeah, kind of.
OK Boomers, come on in.
Boomers, come on down.
I love it. I love it.
Okay, Boomer.
So get into The Fridge. They'll be open sometime, somewhere, someplace in Manhattan, probably someday. Go. That's my ad. Here's your questions from Wabash Station. It's the overtime. You ask, we answer, and it's gonna be dumb. Zach.
From Yo Mama.
Really, Mom? Hi, Mom.
If you had $10,000 to gamble with, not $100,000, $10,000 to gamble with, what stocks would you buy while the market is down?
I don't do stocks.
First, I would give everyone in America $10,000.
If you mean $1 million?
Yeah, isn't that how that works?
Because you're Mike Bloomberg, you spent $500 million on your campaign. That means that each American could get $1 million.
Right.
More, of course.
So if I had $10,000, it's like all Americans get $1,000. Same thing.
Okay. Yeah.
Of course.
That's what I would do. What would I buy?
What stock would you invest in?
Well, I don't play the stock market because
I've watched a lot of people lose money this week.
Like me.
Now, the key to making money in a situation like this is to position yourself now before the settlement. Because by the time you read about it in the Wall Street Journal, it's already too late.
What would be really down right now? Not Amazon.
I heard Corona is down.
Well, Nike's down below what I bought it at, and that was my biggest gain in my portfolio.
Good point. Anything manufactured in China.
Oof.
But I'm not confident all those will come back up.
Nike will.
Nike probably will, but I think this is going to cause a lot of people to reevaluate doing so much stuff in China. Particularly the fact that I had no idea that we don't make any penicillin and it's all done in China. Doesn't that seem ill-advised?
Yeah.
So I don't know. Anything that's been greatly suppressed by the market downturn, I guess I'd go buy that.
I feel like not knowing anything there is to know about stocks, I have to go with something that's always going to be there. And I feel like Apple is just like a safe one. It's always going to be there. People are buying up iPhones left and right.
You know, there was a day when I told my investment person, whatever their title is, I want tech stocks, I want Apple. And he absolutely refused to do it. Because Apple really wasn't, until the iPhone, wasn't a good stock to buy. And once they invented the iPhone, then it became a very good stock to buy, and I don't own any.
Yeesh.
I'd probably take my $10,000, build a time machine, and go buy Walmart.
The guy who lives next to me is always like, I have a jacuzzi on my balcony. I have a jacuzzi on my balcony. But wait until I tell him, I've got a time machine on my balcony. stuff that in your Speedo's, Jacuzzi Bob.
Well, sure. Okay, if time machines are in the equation, then I want to change all my answers.
In all honesty, when are time machines not in the equation?
Real life.
The one finance class I had to take in college, my professor absolutely loved Casey's. That was his favorite stock. He must have got in way early. I guess if you're a K-State student, you know who I'm talking about. Or if you went to K-State and took finance, $400, $450.
Like Casey's General Stores?
Casey's General Stores.
They have a stock?
Yeah. It's a publicly traded company. It really was a good buy for him.
So my uncle works at Cerner, and my grandpa does stocks, and he has some Cerner stock, and it's always like kind of fun. I like to make jokes when Cerner is either doing poorly or good, and kind of blame my uncle about it. And Grandpa likes to pile onto that one too. And he's not very good at Grandpa's not very good at sarcasm, so he blames my uncle when Cerner's not in a good place. And I can't really tell if he means it or not. But he might.
Maybe he's really good at sarcasm, and you suck at it.
No, he's bad at sarcasm.
Okay, fair enough. I don't know. What would you, Zach? You're the more, the best versed in this topic amongst this diverse group at this table.
I mean, I'd probably buy Nike. That's me, though. I mean, just looking that's in my portfolio, so I know what it's done over the last year, and it was very high, as of a couple months ago too. So, but now it's down below the price I bought it at. So it's kind of one of those things where I'd like to buy more, possibly.
I'd sell all my toilet paper stock because sales are going to plummet because people are going to be good for the next 2 years.
That's true.
Really, though, I'd probably look at the stocks in the Dow Jones that are down, but don't really have major ties to China, but things that you can buy that'll get back up.
Right.
That is my bad.
Thank you.
Bad advice, I guess.
I can't think of any investment.
Give me a real answer.
For me, my Wildcat 82, please explain why bird crap seems to be more prevalent and difficult to remove from vehicles than in the past. Are the wind farms making them angry?
Well, we know who doesn't have a Tommy's Club membership right now.
I haven't noticed this because we moved out of Aggieville. One of the great features of Aggieville was when you'd park in the alley, which is where our parking was, there was the dumpster crows. About the size of eagles.
They're huge.
They were enormous because they were eating all day, and they'd put on their freshman 40. They were eating bar food all the time, maybe getting in a few beers. They were drunk, they were big, they were angry, and they crapped like rhinoceroses. I would go out some days and I would have 12 piles of crap. And not little bird crap. I mean, we're talking pancake-sized bird crap on my car. So I haven't noticed now that we're downtown and I'm less in the firing zone. Are they crapping more in the world?
I don't know because Zach and I bought Tommy's Club memberships, and Tommy's Club is right. Tommy's Club's a car wash. It's right by our office, right by Chick-fil-A. And I go through pretty much every day. So my car is always clean.
I go through it, and then my car is garaged. So bird poop is not a problem for me.
Do you ride through in Tommy's?
Yeah.
Or do you get out?
You ride.
You ride through?
Because you got to...
So how long does it take? Like
30 seconds?
90
seconds?
90 seconds.
90 seconds? Is that how long we're in there?
So I'd say it's between 90 seconds and 2 minutes. Yeah.
Wow.
On a special day, you could swing by the Chick-fil-A, right? And see
Jackson. I haven't seen Jackson in a while.
I saw him recently.
I haven't seen him for a while.
I saw him recently. Hey, I don't see him as often. Anyhow, and eat a delicious Christian-filled chicken sandwich while going through a car wash.
You could.
That's a freaking day and a half right there. That's awesome.
I've inhaled a biscuit in the time I went through a Tommy's wash before.
I've talked to you about snorting biscuits, and it's not safe. And you're not going to get high off of it.
I actually do the opposite. I go into Tommy's, and I'm on my app while I'm in there.
And you order,
go to Chick-fil-A, and it's ready to go.
But
your car's clean.
But if you go after you get your wash, you have to go to the carry-out or now curbside pickup, because if you go to the drive-thru after you go through Tommy's, then you're just messing up your window. It's going to be all streaky.
Oh, okay.
Anyways, answering the question, I haven't hand washed my car in a significant period of time. I want to. I like hand washing my car, but I've never had to really scrape bird crap off the windows or the body in a long time.
You strike me as a guy that likes to hand wash things.
Yes, when I shower, I do use my hands.
I haven't noticed this bird crap infestation, but I hate to say this, you're behind on your pandemics. The bird flu was the last one.
He's going to be so shocked when he gets to coronavirus.
Wasn't the bird flu was before swine flu?
You're ruining my story.
Okay.
And swine flu was really bad because the pigs started flying and crapped on your cars. This is the bat flu, from what we can tell.
I'm Batman.
We don't know. We're not sure. It's just a flu. What?
Could have been a snake.
Could have been a snake. They'll eat anything in China. Next topic.
From America Cat. I like saying that. America Cat.
I like it. No A? America?
There's only one A in it at the end. From America.
America. I like it. Good.
Given the shortage of regular toilet paper, would you ever consider trying reusable toilet paper?
What?
I didn't know that was a thing.
What?
And if that isn't available, would you consider Bill Self's toupee?
Well, that'd be tickly.
No,
So
I wouldn't.
reusable toilet paper has to be like you wash it?
But then it's not paper.
Right.
That's just a towel.
Yeah, you're using a towel.
I'm not using a towel.
I'm going to be on, and people might not. I think if I was out of toilet paper and they weren't producing more, I had to, drastic times, I think you just immediately get in the shower and you do what you can.
Yeah.
Ooh, then you get your shower gross, though.
Well, you don't think about it.
It's better than having a towel that you constantly use.
Oh, my God.
Are we allowed to buy a bidet?
What's that?
You don't know what a bidet is? Oh,
maybe not.
God. Maybe that's how it's spread in Italy.
Bidets are more of a French thing, though.
It's all over Europe. They're weird. It's now in Asia, too.
Well, it's in Japan.
He's looking up bidet, folks. They don't have bidets.
That's how you spell it.
They don't have bidets in Beloit, Kansas.
That's what it's called?
Man, I tell you what. I had one at one of our condos in Vegas.
I didn't know they had a name for it.
It was so good. I had one in Hawaii. Oh, my God. It was the best thing ever.
I've never used it.
Okay, you're trying to... That's just unrealistic.
What? You can buy them on eBay.
I'm saying for the situation ahead of us right now. But if there's no toilet paper, I don't think you can just bring a bidet into the equation.
Well, we just brought Bill Self's toupee into the equation, so all bets are off.
Yeah. Fair. No, I would not reuse toilet paper. I would shower first.
I would use my hand and not wash it. And then come to work.
Okay, poop hands.
How'd you get the nickname Poop Pants? Well, I got to tell you about the coronavirus.
So I'm a father of one. I got to find a babysitter. I found Care.com and I was blown away. Through the platform, I was able to find local and experienced candidates along with their reviews and rates, which were way more affordable than I anticipated. Care.com really put me at ease knowing that they were all required to go through a background check. If you're like me and you need to find someone reliable for your childcare necessities, check out Care.com. Find the ideal sitters for your childcare needs.
My days working, taking care of my little ones can be a lot. I checked out Care.com and it was so easy for me to find local, experienced, and background check sitters. Finding our babysitter was way more affordable than I thought.
Care.com makes it super easy. Search for qualified candidates. You can view their profiles, read reviews and ratings, check their availability, send messages directly, get the help that you need. Care.com should be every person's go-to.
From Adam K63, Riley, have you sent any of the Bachelor finalists a DM after the season was over?
They broke up, man.
Yeah, that's why I didn't. No, I have not DM'd anybody. But I only put it in there. I tried to. I shot my shot on Twitter a couple years ago when one of the contestants lost out.
What was his name?
I'm going to quit. This is ridiculous.
Give me enough notice. What? I mean, did you take your shot? Who was it?
I don't know. It was a girl named Raven, and her last name was Gates.
Oh, that's interesting.
Did you not? No, I tweeted her and I said, sup. Didn't work. But no, I only put it in there really to answer the question because they broke up within 24 hours after the...
Again, we recorded last week on Tuesday. These two talking monkeys spent a lot of time talking about The Bachelor. By Friday, they were no longer a couple. Again, we were totally outdated on that entire podcast. There wasn't basketball and there wasn't a Bachelor couple.
Zach and I went to eat on Tuesday night, and we kind of waited too long, so we were up against the clock. And by the time we got out of the restaurant, we took scooters back, the electric scooters. We took them back to the hotel just so we wouldn't miss more of the finale.
It took me 10 minutes to download the app.
Yeah, Zach was struggling. I took off without him. It just had to happen.
Wow.
I had already read the spoilers.
Oh, you suck.
Yeah.
Pretty sad, though. Wild finale.
I don't want to get into it again.
His mom made fun of her on national TV.
Could you imagine your wife telling you something in a different language, saying, say something else bad to make me look good?
And thinking that a national television show, not one person could translate
Spanish.
that? Like, what the hell? I don't get it, man. I don't get it.
I'd break up with him, too.
Let me see. Potato chips crunching. Let me find that.
And that's how this podcast gets canceled. From the Fullest Nelson. I also like saying that one. That's a good name, too.
I always think of Jordy Nelson.
I think of... It's a wrestling move.
And then I think of the Nordy Jelson account on Twitter.
God, he would have been a great interview.
It's a rabbit hole I go down.
Didn't he get you?
He didn't get me. He almost got me.
Okay.
I didn't look close enough and almost DM'd him. He didn't get me. I didn't DM him.
We told you in the group text that it wasn't Jordy. We had to tell you before you DM'd him.
Hey, dyslexia. Take a look.
He would have been a fine.
Jordy has a Twitter account.
I don't know.
If you were forced to watch one of these for a solid week, which would you choose? Rocket League or Real Soccer?
What's Rocket League? I don't even
know.
know.
It's a video game.
Rocket League is a video game where you got little cars, so you control a car, and the ball is like huge.
But it's like soccer.
Yeah.
And you're playing in an arena.
Yeah, so basically think of soccer, but it's like 2 car teams. You hit the ball with your car and try to knock it into the goal.
Like, you know the RC car from Toy Story?
Yeah, that's a
Think
good
that with a giant ball.
That's a good way to put it.
Like, I don't know. The Indiana Jones boulder.
In all seriousness, could we have a real life version of that?
No, I don't think so.
It'd be too hard to do real Rocket League.
And besides, these cars fly.
Yeah.
They have like jetpacks.
You get little
strapped to them.
boosts.
So,
Whoa.
I don't know. So
We don't
here's the
have
thing.
that?
No.
Cars don't fly?
No, actually.
Unfortunately.
I love Rocket League.
My time machine.
I played it so much freshman year, and like we were really, really good at it. That's how much we played it. We got super good at it. But then I kind of fell off. Nobody really plays it a whole lot anymore. And I would play it right now if we had a PlayStation ready to go, with the game. But I don't know if I could watch it a lot. At least I don't like soccer, but at least it's 2 teams competing. It's entertaining, I guess, to some extent.
See, when you see one game of Rocket League, you've seen them all. Yes, the results change, whatever. At least with soccer, it's a different game every time. It's different teams, different players. The people have personalities. It's not just some robocars that are orange and blue.
Zach, are you watching Mexican League Soccer right now?
Well, they've canceled the league.
They canceled that now?
Yeah.
Oh, the crap.
Guy's life is canceled.
I think Russia. I looked at ESPN.com yesterday. The only game anywhere in the world that was played was some Russian. I think it's the top league, but Russia had a soccer game. Somebody won 4-0. I hadn't heard of the 2 teams.
Yeah, everything is canceled.
I pick Rocket League then.
He lives inside of his own heart.
Nobody's getting the virus from Rocket League.
Oh, good point.
Nobody.
We could wipe out coronavirus quicker.
This is what we're going to come down to, is everything's going to be simulated. We're not going to actually have sports. It'll all be simulated sports.
Did you see the Auburn site on 24/7 actually did that? They took 2K and built the SEC tournament, and they simulated all the games. It was wild.
Good for them. That's awesome.
People loved the story.
It would have been awesome. I One of my favorite episodes of the original Star Trek was they came across a civilization that had ended physical war, but not war. So a computer simulation would decide that during this bombing, so many people died in this district, and then the government round up that many people and killed them.
Hello, nerds.
Damn.
That's taking it too far, folks. Don't do what they did in Star Trek.
He's right.
Was this still the Rocket League question?
Yes. Moving on.
What a rabbit hole.
Yeah.
From On Your Mark, Set, Spin. Also another good. I like all these names today. Why not? If you could only drink and hoard 3 beers for an 18-month supply, what are they?
Like 3 different brands? Or 3 beers?
I mean, if you wanted to do...
Because I'm going to finish those 3 beers in like a day. I'll be screwed the rest of the 18 months.
I'm pretty sure he did give his examples on there. They were brands. So
okay, Riley, you go.
I know it said beers. Can we put seltzers in there? Yes or no?
Do it. What the hell?
If it comes in a can and it's alcohol, you can do it.
Yes.
Okay, because I would.
Four Loko counts.
I wouldn't pick. Yes, I think I just want to put a seltzer in there to have the ability to change it up a little bit.
Yeah, way to go.
So, well, I mean, you don't want to get burned out.
No, you got to be manly. Yeah.
So I'm going to go with a Boulevard Wheat. It's traditional.
Good choice,
it's easy. You're always going to enjoy it.
It'll make you farty. Good. Okay.
Really?
It'll make you farty. Fitz.
No, it's unfiltered wheat. It kind of percolates in your stomach, makes you farty. It's science.
I call that being bloated.
Don't worry about it. Science.
Going Boulevard Wheat. I'm going to obviously make the out-of-region selection and bring Yingling into the equation. Just nice change-up. It's not a crazy beer, but it is different. It's not a basic light beer. And then I'm going to go with the Bud Light Seltzer Black Cherry flavor.
Did he pick 3?
Yeah, he went. Boulevard Wheat.
Boulevard Wheat. That's
Yingling. Bud Light
It took so long to get the 3, I forgot the first one. You, Zach.
Bud Light.
Yes.
Blue Moon.
Ooh, very macho. We know that
more macho than seltzer.
We know that during the epidemic apocalypse, Zach's trying to put on his game. I got Blue Moon, baby.
I would say Boulevard Wheat, but since Riley took it,
you can take it.
No, it's okay because I have a different beer.
I got overlap with him.
Dos Equis Amber.
Ooh, that's a solid choice.
So we've got a light beer, we got a Belgian wheat, and then we have a dark.
I'm going to take Yingling because that is my favorite beer in the world that I can't drink on a regular basis. And I will take Pacifico Mexican beer because that Corona is dangerous. And then I will also take Fat Tire.
Interesting.
Like a little fat tire in my life.
I actually have about 16 Yinglings in my fridge right now.
Don't be flaunting that crap in front of me.
And I'm about to close up my doors.
I don't like unwrapping beers.
Unwrapping them?
Pacifico?
Oh, that's a good point.
Unwrap it.
No. That's Modelo. That's Modelo.
Oh, I'm dumb. I'm very stupid.
Well, I thought it too at first.
Well, no.
You are correct. No. If anybody that says Modelo automatically loses because of that.
I thought that was Pacifico. My bad.
I never wrap things up.
Say what?
Thanks, Fitz.
Yeah.
Whoa. That is not a sound effect. Fitz was tapping his fingers on the mic.
Some ASMR for you. A couple more questions. We got King Jim 77. If you could close one fast food chain for being terrible, what would it be?
One fast food chain has got to be closed because it's terrible. This is tough because if there's a terrible one, I don't go to it, so I can't think of it.
That's fair, but I don't go to this one. Find it very easy. Burger King. Burger King is not good. Even when you're hungover or when you're drunk, it is not good.
And what's weird is I eat it a lot because there's one right by where I leave WFW on Sunday nights, and if I hadn't eaten, I'll go just grab that and hit the road.
And it's frustrating because there is not, even McDonald's cannot beat them on price.
What would I close?
I think their chicken nuggets are now $1 for 8.
It's insane.
Which is better than $1.50 for 10 if you can math.
But the way I see it is I'll knock Burger King out. You can go to McDonald's and they got plenty of deals going on. But the Burger King tastes literally fake all the time. And like the Impossible Whopper, that's what it tastes like, but on everything.
Wow.
I see it because they don't flame broil. They just put the flavor in.
Yeah, exactly.
You know who does flame broil?
Who?
Dairy Queen.
Hmm.
I had Dairy Queen on
I've
Sunday.
had a couple of Dairy Queen burgers the last couple of weeks. Delicious. Authentic. Wish Burger King tasted like that. But I would close Long John Silver's.
Ooh, that used to be really good. Now it's just kind of trash. I went in.
Riley's eating.
I used to really like the chicken. I like the fish, but I'd get the chicken too. And the last time I had it, it was awful. It was awful.
Pretty not cool, guys.
Maybe you should go walk the plank and get out of here.
Not cool.
I'm actually picking one choice with two names. Hardee's and Carl's Jr., you're going down the drain.
What's wrong with you?
Oh, no.
Damn, son.
Oh, no, I'm taking out 2 in 1.
The only problem I have with those places is they're expensive.
The only problem I have with Hardee's is that it's not here for me to eat.
I really enjoy it. When we go to Kansas City and come back, we sometimes stop at that gas station and eat there.
I guess if I had other options, I might take out KFC.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I mean, they're out here putting chicken between donuts.
That's just wrong. That's just wrong, man.
You would take out Carl's Jr. and Hardee's.
In one swoop.
Wow. All right.
That's the worst take, I think.
But I respect him for having the gall to say it.
Yeah. Respect him for saying it, but also he gets to take the heat because he just killed the best restaurant out of all of us.
No.
Yeah, he did. He did. Even my love for Long John Silver's can't knock out Hardee's. I mean, I'm just being real.
Okay, moving on.
From King Jim 77, final question of the Overtime podcast. If you could give a wedgie to one historical figure, who would it be?
Oh, wow.
So is historical figure, I mean, is that anybody?
I mean,
literally, does it have to be like a political name? Does it have to be?
It could be a K-State sports writer.
Yeah, I would do it to Tyler Drouling as well.
I have a World of Warcraft sword that I'm hoping to sell today. I'm a pretty big gamer. I was really into World of Warcraft for a long time and just recently decided to move on to other things.
Okay.
No. I feel like there's so many good answers out there that you could come up with. Really creative answers, right? The first one I was coming up with Judas, right? I mean, dude, what the hell?
You needed him.
But how about this one? And I don't even know if this is technically possible because they weren't wearing clothes. But if Eve just hadn't brought the damn apple into the equation, none of this would have happened. We probably wouldn't have coronavirus right now.
God, you just gave a wedgie to Eve.
But can I? Because she didn't have clothes on.
You literally took took historical figures, and you're like, who could be the possible first ones? Judas and Eve are pretty far back, bro.
Man, you invented underwear, gave them to Eve, and wedged her.
You betcha.
Wow. Zach,
that's
what do you
why
got?
I don't have a girlfriend.
I'd pick a president, probably. Not a current one or anyone recent, just a random one.
Taft,
Taft or Millard Fillmore, just to say you did. I gave McKinley a wedgie.
It has to be Harrison. You give him a wedgie for being an idiot and not wearing a coat.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, but if you gave a wedgie to Fillmore and that went down in history, would they be wedgies or Fillmores from then on?
Exactly.
Yeah. And then after you travel back in time machine once again entering the podcast, give the wedgie to Fillmore, you come back to this time, and the question actually reads on your sheet, who would you give a Fillmore to?
Then I'd have my own Wikipedia page. Zachary Carlson, famous for giving President Willard Fillmore a wedgie.
I think you got to go with Taft and test your strength.
That'd be tough.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
You went presidential. I'm going James Wilkes Booth.
Hey, what the hell, bro?
You shot a good one.
There was a great TikTok from this week, and it was a guy saying, "Do you know what you say when you throw a piece of paper at a trash can? You know, and like, yeah, Kobe. No, James Wilkes Booth. Like, what? No, he had a great shot though.
By the way, it's John Wilkes Booth, so I gave a wedgie to his brother. Apparently,
I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't even pick up on it.
As soon as I said it, I'm like, that wasn't right.
Question: if you gave a wedgie to John Wilkes Booth, would you do it just standing here, or would you hang him over the balcony, like, you know, maybe put a nail in the balcony where Abe was sitting, and then you kind of hang him by his underpants on the nail,
like catch him pre-assassination and
right? Well, and
wedgie him over
he jumped off the
But
balcony
after he shot him.
Well, sure.
I'd like to get this thing stopped.
Oh, you don't want to do it after he shoots him?
No. Who knows what would have happened in America if that didn't happen?
That's fair.
Like maybe Abe Lincoln would have gone on and established Taco Bell. We'd had Taco Bell at the turn of the century.
So what we're saying here is if Fitz could only give a wedgie to John Wilkes Booth
or James,
coronavirus would not be a thing.
That's exactly right. The butterfly effect would have taken out coronavirus by wedging the entire, or Fillmoring, the entire Wilkes Booth family. All of them. Mama Wilkes Booth, Daddy Wilkes Booth, the cousin who was a lousy actor, getting him too. The whole Wilkes Booth family gets wedgied. None of this shit's going on.
Were they all Wilkes Booth? Or was his middle name Wilkes?
I don't care.
Was his mother, divorced?
Was
maybe?
it hyphenated?
God, he would be a hyphenate.
What if the Booth family had a cousin named Phone and they had no clue what that meant? They had no idea the irony of that name because it hadn't been invented yet.
Hey, anything is possible.
You give a wedgie to Alexander Graham Bell.
I could. That would certainly change the topic of the first phone call.
Have you ever had your underwear up your crack?
What'd you say, Alexander Graham Bell? Oh, man. This has been the Overtime. And I just hit my earphone on my microphone. Didn't know I was that flexible. We'll talk to you next week. And coming next week is the best of Overtime, because once a week for this nonsense isn't enough. That's right. August 2019 will appear on the site soon.
You've been listening to the PowerCat Overtime Podcast, presented by Fridge Wholesale Liquor. PowerCat Podcast. All rights reserved. GoPowerCat.com and Spirit Street Publishing.
With Blue Link Plus, you can access your Hyundai Tucson Limited remotely. Doors unlocked, temperature set, lost car found.
There it is.
Get complimentary class-leading Blue Link Plus. Call 562-314-4603 for complete details.